Hello, everyone.
Hey, how are y'all?
This is our first ever video,
First
joint
ever.
video. I do them all the time,
Um, I don't.
but
But today we thought we'd do one. We are in Ecuador in Quito, and it's a really great hotel, a boutique hotel downtown. And I'm gonna tell you a little about what we did today.
this is day number two.
Day two.
So day two in Ecuador. We're going to be here for the rest of the week, probably into Saturday. We're going to switch hotels. Right now, we're at the Rio Amazonas Hotel, or Hotel Rio Amazonas in the north and north central part of Ecuador. But we're guiding on this video today to talk about the few things we did on day number two. And this is just practice for us. So we're
Yeah.
practicing, looking into the camera, seeing how it sounds.
See how we sound?
We have
Well,
some.
seeing how I sound, because he knows how he
We
sounds.
have some friends, some YouTube bloggers or vloggers, April and Rondell.
Rondell.
We call them friends, and we shouldn't call them friends. As a fellow really experienced
YouTubers,
folks
yes.
who we follow and adore.
Very well traveled
And so we thought we'd take this chance just to, you can't see her shirt.
So I'm wifey.
That's wifey, and I'm hubby.
He's happy.
This is part of our luna miel. Anyone in the crowd know what luna miel is? Of course, it is our honeymoon. So we thought we'd record some of this stuff just for fun, just for
Just fun.
serendipity's sake. No,
Just because.
when we look back.
Yeah,
Here
for
we go.
memories. So, yes, we went to a place called Teleférico, and it's about 14, 15 feet above sea level, which when you come from the States,
14, 15 feet.
did I say feet? 14, 15,000 feet above sea level. And if most people are from the States, like we're from the States, so our field elevation where we live is like 800 feet above sea level. And 15,000 is no joke. So
It lets you know.
it gets weird. Your body will not respond to you the way you think it will. And we've been here, for at least 36, 48 hours at this point. So we get on the cable car, go on up, and it was just like feeling breathless. And then when we got off of that thing, we were even more breathless. But the most breathless thing about it was just the views. That took our breath away.
Oh, that was
for
cool.
sure.
See, hear that roll? See, took that two layers and made into I was breathless, but the most breathless thing about it.
This one. It was really fun.
Absolutely.
And, for us, altitude is huge. And yes, you need extra oxygen at a certain point. As pilots, we always have to think about that, at all times. So
I would say typically when you fly an airplane, in a commercial airplane, you're pressurized to 8,000 feet. That's the cabin pressure, which gives you just the level where you don't need supplemental oxygen. We here in Quito are at 9,300 to begin with, and already are like,
when we first got off the plane, oh my God. I was like,
a hissy fit.
my head,
Then
my chest.
as we traverse up the Teleférico, up this cable car up to the mountain, going to a volcanic level. I forget the name of it. That's Pinchicha. I think it is Pichicha. You really begin to feel the differences in air. And as land lubbers, pilots or not, as land lubbers living at 800 feet above sea level, we immediately recognize that my fat ass is out of shape. And
I'm a little out of shape too. Truth be told.
But the Teleférico was beautiful. The vistas were panoramic. We'll show video of that at some point as we create this vlog.
Yeah, intro couples vlog.
So I'm going to hand this to Brecca in a moment. But one reason I wanted to come back, I've obviously been to if you've been around the entire flick, you know I've been in Ecuador before. But I never really got my feel of this one dish I wanted to get. Because I'm channeling Anthony Bourdain without the heroin addiction. But I'm right, I fly, I travel. God bless, God rest your soul,
Awesome.
Anthony.
Yeah.
But I was one dish I wanted to get. And so my agreement to come here when she asked was really predicated on finding that dish. And today we found that dish and we had it for lunch. Those of you who know me probably can guess what that dish is. Some of you will say,
It's a rodent.
It is a rodent. And it is a pet.
It's on that wheel.
But we went to an area called
Oh my gosh. It was right down the street from the middle of the world. And we'll jump into that in a second.
right.
Right down the street.
Went to this place called Joy's Restaurant, not far from La Mitad del Mundo. and they serve cuy rostizado, and cuy is the word for guinea pigs. I mean, the whole.
With the teeth and the arms,
We
the
have
little toes.
picture and video.
Little
When I
nails.
tell you that cuy was amazing,
It was good.
it was roasted, on a pole. It was crunchy or crujiente. It was well
The
seasoned.
meat was really moist and tender. It was really. I mean, and it is not like chicken. The closest thing we could liken it to was like duck.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of a greasy,
The buttery, greasy,
Buttery.
rich fat.
but the skin is probably the crunchiest I think I've ever tasted. I mean, duck has
Imagine-
great. Peking duck has really great skin, but this was next
So,
level.
for those of you from the South, that's what South. Imagine, I gotta find the camera host over there. Imagine getting a slab bacon with the skin on it uncut, and getting a full sheet of skin, that big crispy, and then roasting that to the perfect crunch and the perfect salt and salinity. It was just wrong,
It was but so right.
but so right
So
because
right.
this one. Well, you talk about it.
Well, okay. Most people that know us, and Cortez is a chef. He cooks. He cooks hard. I eat very hard. And he knows that when we go out to eat, whatever he has, I'm eating at least 50% of it every time. And he knows that. So anytime he orders, he's always ready to give up his food for me.
That's a prerequisite. That's a prerequisite. If I order food, I have to order thinking. I may have to divert, make a change of plan, and give her what I got, and take whatever it was she said she wanted
But actually,
and didn't really want.
yeah. So, but he's awesome for that. But yeah, I ate some of it and I was like, this is amazing. It was my first time trying it. He said he tried it several times before,
Yeah.
but it was lovely. It really, really was. And it wasn't gamey, but it wasn't chicken. It's not
It was
American
different,
food.
but I'm sorry.
The whole idea about coming out here is to try
Well, that's
new
the takeaway.
foods and culture.
I tried cuy, and I know some of you guys. I lost you at guinea pig. You were already gone. So if you happen to flip back on our channel, we're still talking about the cuy. The takeaway for me was this is probably the fourth time at least I've tried cuy. And it's been done in a lot of different ways. None of them were the way that I know I wanted, which was the roasted on the pole way that I saw Anthony Bourdain introduce to us during his old days back with No Reservations. I had it baked and broiled. I had it in high falutin with the knives and forks and passive grape palm because I'm oftentimes in Ecuador with some leaders. But I had never gotten that street, just right, grime and on the rotisserie kind. But the point is I didn't give up because I could have easily, I did not like the prior versions. They were gamey. They were not good. I didn't give up. And that is my takeaway. In culinary, you can apply that to life as you see fit. But in culinary, sometimes you got to try things again and again. And you may actually get a different result.
Yeah.
So that was lunch. We ate every bit of it.
Every bit of it.
On to the middle of the world.
So the mitad del mundo, which means middle of the world, is where we went to a place in Ecuador, which is where you separate the northern hemisphere from the southern hemisphere. Did I say that right?
Yeah, north versus south.
And so the latitude, longitude, and like I said, as pilots, that is, you have to know what that is at all times. But here it was 0, 0, 0, 0. So you're literally at the center of the earth. And by the way, there's a place in Ghana that's also the center of the world. But that's another video.
Big shout out for Ghana.
Shout outs. So this was really cool because it was my first time, and I love culture. I love to try new foods, and this was really fun. So we walked up about 6 stories or so.
I think the monument has a 7-story museum going vertical.
It's really so. The museum showed you all the Mayan people. It showed you Afro-Ecuadorians. It showed you just a number. It talks about Galapagos Islands and all these different other places and other cultures within Ecuador.
Can I interject something?
Sure.
I'm sorry. Again, this is our first practice video. We're just trying to figure this all out, so bear with me. I have a thought that's important. Having been here a number of times, Ecuador is probably one of the most biodiverse and culturally diverse places I've ever been on the planet. It literally has, you can find it all: jungle, rainforest, desert, mountains, can't breathe,
Coastal.
ocean, wonderful coastal waters and what have you. And it honestly is a place, Although it's had its reputations and trials over the years, it's honestly the place that America sleeps on, and particularly Black Americans sleep on, because there's a large community of Afro-Ecuadorians from places like Esmeralda who look, I mean, like literally just like us.
And you know what? They're Americans as well.
Oh, that's another story.
That's a whole nother story, y'all.
But
We'll
the
jump
point is,
into
in addition to having people who look like us, there's a huge variety. So there really isn't a majority here. So the diversity in food and culture and arts, and just the like you go to countries and you realize you're African American, nobody cares about that here. They're all Americans.
Right.
And so Ecuador's a country we slept on it, and this museum was designed to sort of visit each of those cultural groups as you ascended.
Yeah.
And we had our floor, we had our picture, right?
It was like 2 of them.
Yeah, it was 2 of them. One was
Two
based on some Blue Black
sections.
Brothers in the jungle.
This is a bit much.
That's okay. And then they also
Okay.
found the Afro-Ecuadorians in Esmeralda.
Yeah.
And
So it was really cool to see
took
that.
pictures of
And
that.
took some pictures, and we'll show those later. But just a really wonderful cultural experience. And I wanted to come to Ecuador because I remember Cortez telling me about this beautiful fruit called
Granadilla.
granadilla. And I tried it for the first time
You keep talking.
yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
No. It was the night we got here, which was Friday night. It was really, really late. And, we were a little hungry. And I'm hungry at all times. And so he breaks out this fruit. No, it was talking about honeymoon. So the fruit was here. And he's going to show it to you now. And it doesn't look like anything special.
Doesn't look special.
Nothing at
When
all.
I tell you,
But you crack this thing open.
God is in this fruit.
He in it.
God is in
All
this
up
fruit.
and through it.
Tell
So,
you.
but
Just like
you-
he's jumping through this right here.
Oh, the coca
The
plant.
cocoa.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
See.
And this holds some sentiment, I think, for
Hmm.
Black Americans and in general because, man, boy, did a lot of Black people die for this.
A lot of Black people died for us, yeah.
Black people died for this.
That's right. Certainly in Ghana.
Because they were harvesting
Caribbean.
it. In those places, Caribbean.
We call
and
them cash crops.
Cash crops, right. And so it meant a lot for us to be able to connect and go to one of the local mercados to pick up these beautiful fruit selections and varieties. And it just really, really blessed me because it was my first experience.
So visiting the landmark called the Mitad del Mundo, which is the middle of the world, we got a chance to see all these various cultures which make up Ecuador, to which we are a clearly present part of that. We as people of color.
And recognized, right.
And I told the story before, so I won't waste our time telling it again. But here's a amendment to the story. Today I asked a woman about a guy who's a security guard. Looks like me, tall guy, big nose, a little more sort of Native American nose, but clearly a Black guy, real big scary guy. And I asked her, where is he from? Is he Dominican? Is he from here? Is he from Esmeralda? I'm listing places where there be probably people of color.
Like Guayaquil or Esmeralda.
But I asked him, I said, is he Dominican? And you know what she said to me? This is in Spanish. Clear said, no, he's American. And for a fraction of a second, I paused. She looked at me and she said, he's American. He's from Esmeralda. You see, we have to remember, our own limited thinking about what America is does not apply throughout the rest of the Americas. Right now, we're in South America.
There are dos Americas.
3. Norte, Centro, y Sur
Centro.
America. We're in South America, right? This is America. And so when we try and tell folks that we're Americans, they laugh in our faces, or at least behind our backs. The reality is, ellos son americanos también. Y aunque estamos aquí en Quito, en Ecuador, donde hay morenos como yo, hablando español como yo estoy hablando, yo soy americano aquí, como soy americano en Norteamérica. You understand that, right?
I love when he speaks Spanish.
Shut up.
Say it again.
The fact that she reminded me that we're all Americans.
Yeah.
And just because we think we have a pact or a license on what it is to be American, they very much view themselves here in South America as indigenous Americans. So that's mitad del mundo. So every story has to end with something sweet. That's who she is. Fed her this cuy. She also had some pork and beans and rice and corn. And
Oh, it's good.
had a strong coffee, sat around at this little beautiful monument. On the way home, she says, the driver asked her, do you want to go to the artisan zone in Mercado Artesanal, the artisanal arts place? And she said, I'm a little tired, I'm a little burned out. I want to go to a bakery.
And for the record,
And you did.
Whoever knows me knows that I have, a sweet tooth, sweet teeth, whatever you want to call it. And every city that I go to, if I'm traveling internationally or locally in states, I have to know where the best bakery is in town because I'm going to go there at least once while I'm in town.
And largely because of the huge European influences, particularly the Spaniards who were here for what, 400 or 500 years. Because of those influences, you can get some kick-ass bakeries here
And
with
this one?
with cool tropical fruits that you never had before, including granadilla and guayaba and what have you. But this one she went to,
Oh, beautiful. I mean, they had full cakes, large cakes. They have a full cakes, beautiful cakes that are what, were $20?
yeah, 17
Which
bucks,
are like
20,
70,
80 bucks in the
80
States.
bucks in the States.
Yeah.
And I said I wanted something, you know, everybody speaks primarily Espanol here, so, you know, Cortez, the translator for me. I said I wanted something like a pastry with fruit, like either stuffed or whatever. And she said, piña. I said, oh, yes, pineapple. And this thing, I'm sorry, I can't even show y'all, it's gone.
She ate it.
It's good, it's gone.
It's Black History.
But it's Black History. So it was this beautiful pastry. It had piña, pineapple on top, and inside just cooked throughout. And a latte. I was right.
Yeah.
Delicious. So anywhere you go, find something that makes you feel like home and go there. And you know, have some moments there and go explore. And just see something new, eat something new.
The entire point of this trip, I'm sorry, I keep touching my beads. So these are my, you call these tiger beads?
Yeah.
What tiger beads are called? So tiger beads are known to give you courage. And so oftentimes touch them without even realizing that I'm seeking a little courage. The entire premise, the whole point of this whole trip for us, yeah, it's a honeymoon. The first of several, because we're going to do this, we're going to do some stuff. But was to reconnect and finish things and enjoy things that I had enjoyed in my past, but also more importantly, I've been saying this to her every 15 minutes, to build new memories. And she'll do something, she'll try something, I'll say, hey babe, are you building a memory yet? Are you building a memory? That's really the point for us in traveling here. And I guess my hope is that I can lure and trick some other folks to follow me to some places in the world, because we're going to continue to travel.
Yes, we are. And just enjoy and just be humbled by what we have in the States and really just take in all the beauty that other parts of the world, other communities and nationalities have to offer, because they do. And in the States, you know, media doesn't allow us to really know what's going on outside of the U.S. unless it's something negative. So go out. It's a lot of positivity out here. We met some awesome people here. Our driver,
This is just day two.
Javier's, yes, day two. Javier has been amazing, and just, you know, just really nice to feel welcome in a new place. So anyway.
So thanks for letting us practice, literally practicing on you. If you're still here at 18 minutes, you will let us practice. Right? We can't give that time back. But I can promise you this, is if you stick with us, if you figure out how to do this from time to time, you will continue to see us live, learn, and love out loud. Live, learn, and love out loud. And my only hope is that somebody will take a perspective, a change of perspective, that they might not have gotten in the States, as you were saying. The reality is there's no shortage of bloggers or YouTubers who want to talk about travel. That's great. There's not a lot of travelers who I see who look like me, who talk about the issues, concerns, thoughts, or even similarities. That's really the real part. The similarities are
not the
amazing,
differences, but the similarities
that we tend not to see.
Yeah.
Case in point, my last story is, I love collard greens. My mother loves collard greens, and she makes them. But there's a difference in how we were raised. And that difference is, if I give my mother callaloo, which is a Caribbean version of the same thing, she's like, ooh, this ain't green, this tastes terrible. Somebody didn't say it, the board clearly said callaloo, Jamaican callaloo. And she'll push back and not want to try it. And that's been her life experience, not a criticism, an observation about my own mom. She just hasn't been in a place where she wants to try a lot of new things. But recognizing that callaloo is not collard greens. Recognizing that when you travel, the fruits will not, this is not an orange. And if you expect it to be an orange, then you probably might have the great experience that you might enjoy if you expect it to be whatever it is.
If you're not allergic to it, try it.
Oh, that's
If
right.
you don't like it, don't eat it again.
This
That's
girl,
just the rule of thumb. That's my rule of thumb. Our daughter started eating sushi at 2.
That's just
I can't
expose her.
afford her.
yeah. That's
This girl traveled.
Problematic.
Neither of us are allergic to things, but this girl, because we're so committed to trying things, she brought a freaking EpiPen.
I just want it to be.
EpiPen,
Just
just in
like,
case something
you
didn't
know.
work.
Yeah.
You know, not to have last word. Give my last word to my beautiful bride on her honeymoon.
So this has been fun. Thank you for listening to us.
Mm-hmm.
I love this guy, and we're so happy to be sharing this time with one another and just having some time alone
Ain't that
as
true?
grown ups. And thank you guys for watching, and hopefully to see you next time.
So that says, hubby, I'm Mr. Carter. That's Mrs. Carter, and she's an amazing singer and a wonderful public speaker.
Thank y'all.
You'll see. Thank you for your time. Bye.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Oh, subscribe, please.
What they all say? Oh,
Subscribe.
subscribe, press like,
The link.
press like. So you be the first link in the next video. We'll figure out even how to do that.
Right.
The Carters.
We'll get there.
Bye.
Over and out.
Bye bye.